Hello, you're watching One TV News in English at 5. I'm Yanni Moutsios. Today's top stories. World condemns mass killings in the city of Bucha. Ukraine calls for more sanctions. Russia says that was not us. Woman arrested for poisoning her daughter appears before the magistrate. Victim's body is soon to be exhumed for further post-mortem examination. Olympiacos reigns in European water polo after women's team take the trophy for the second time. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz says the West will impose new sanctions on Russia in the next few days. On Saturday, Ukrainian troops recaptured the town near Kyiv, finding bodies of civilians in the streets and in mass graves, whom locals said had been killed by Russians without provocation. Some had been bound and apparently executed. The discovery of hundreds of bodies in a town outside of Kyiv drew horror around the world. Ukrainian Prosecutor General Irina Venediktova said on Facebook that 410 bodies of dead civilians have been recovered near Kyiv following Russia's withdrawal from the area. Forensic experts are on the ground to examine the bodies and gather information. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres expressed his shock at the discoveries made in the town of Bucha and called for independent investigation in a post on Twitter. French President Emmanuel Macron said on Twitter that the images emerging from the town of Bucha outside Kyiv of dead civilians are unbearable. On the streets, hundreds of civilians cowardly murdered, he wrote in reference to reports from the Ukrainian town from which Russian forces recently withdrew. The Russian authorities will have to answer for these crimes, Macron added. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken told CNN the images of Ukrainian civilians bound and dead on the street of the town of Bucha are a punch in the gut. He added that economic sanctions are having a big bite now. While it is too early to say whether Russian troops repositioning from Kyiv signals a withdrawal or a regrouping, Blinken said he believes Russia suffered a strategic defeat in Ukraine. Russia requested a meeting of the United Nations Security Council on Monday to discuss what Moscow called a provocation by Ukrainian radicals in the town of Bucha. Kremlin described photos and videos from the town as a staged performance, despite the first-hand verifications of the killings by journalists from several international outlets. Russia's defense ministry has denied killing civilians, saying that photos and videos of corpses strewn across the streets were another production of the Kiev regime for the Western media. During the time this settlement was under the control of Russian armed forces, not a single local resident suffered from any violent actions, the ministry said in a statement. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia has committed genocide in his country and was attempting to eliminate the whole nation. In addition, Ukrainian politicians accuse Russian troops of targeting Ukrainian women with sexual violence. Ukrainian MP Oleksiy Goncharenko said that the bodies of naked women had been discovered on a road not far from Kyiv. Goncharenko said that after assaulting the women, Russian troops had tried burning their bodies.
Я хочу, чтобы каждая мать, каждого российского солдата увидела тела убитых людей в Буче, в Ирпене, в Гостомеле. Что они сделали? Зачем их убили? Что сделал мужчина, который ехал по улице на велосипеде? Зачем пытали до смерти обычных мирных людей в обычном мирном городе? Зачем душили женщин после того, как вырывали у них из ушей серьги? Как можно было насиловать женщин и убивать их на глазах у детей? Издеваться над их телами даже после смерти. Зачем давили танками тела людей? Что сделал в вашей России украинский город Буча? Как это все стало возможным? Обов'язково буде і новий санкційний пакет проти Росії. Але впевнений, що цього замало. Потрібні ще висновки. Не тільки про Росію, але й про політичну поведінку, яка фактично дозволила цьому злу прийти на нашу землю.
Coming up next, woman arrested for poisoning her daughter appears before the magistrate. Victim's body is soon to be exhumated for further post-mortem examination. Nikos Dendias, Foreign Minister of Greece, arrived in Odessa on Sunday as part of a humanitarian mission to the Ukrainian port city. Dendias also announced that the Greek consulate in the city will reopen. Greece has condemned the killings of unarmed civilians in Bucha on the outskirts of Kiev. Those who perpetrated these crimes must be held accountable, the Foreign Minister said in a statement on Monday. We call for the immediate investigation of the crimes and the punishment of those responsible, it said. Coming up next, Olympiacos reigns in European water polo after women's team take the trophy for the second time. 33-year-old woman Rula Pispirigu, charged with murdering her 9-year-old daughter, appeared today before the magistrate, where she explained herself with regards to the accusations regarding the death of both Georgina as well as her 2 other younger daughters. Pispirigu was taken to the magistrate escorted by heavily armed police officers, where a crowd of onlookers attempted to lynch her. According to police sources, Rula Pispirigu, held in the Attica police headquarters during the weekend, repeatedly attempted to contact her husband. However, Manos Daskalakis, the defendant's husband, did not reply back to her calls. On the first communication the couple had shortly after the woman's arrest, the defendant asked her husband why he is not visiting her in prison. Daskalakis apparently replied that he did not intend to do that and that he will change his stance. Since he was arrested on Wednesday 30th, Pispirigu did not make any comments. Defendant denies all charges and claims that other people were involved, according to her lawyer, Othnos Papadopoulos, who also claimed that wrongdoings of medical staff caused the death of the kid. 33-year-old woman will have to answer to the magistrate questions as to why she has been continuously asking for a single bedroom for the 9-year-old Georgina in the hospital, or why she has been asking questions about the existence of closed-circuit TV in the clinic. Defendant will also have to explain her numb reaction on the day 9-year-old Georgina suffered a fatal incident with her mother and alleged murderer calling for doctor's help in a very slow manner. Pispirigu says that she is willing to be subjected to a lie detector test to prove her innocence, though this is not a standard method legally acclaimed in Greece. Medical examiner and Attorney General have ordered the exhumation of both 9-year-old Georgina and the 69-year-old landlord for further medical tests. Little Georgina was buried along with her tablet, which, according to police sources, may shed light to the murder case. Police is also investigating the death of the couple's landlord, who allegedly had offered to house the family on the premise that the couple would look after her. The government will soon announce initiatives to accelerate gas exploration in the Ionian Sea and in Crete. The aim is to make use of the window of opportunity for the exploitation of Greek deposits created by the current situation and to change the climate following the delays of the previous years. Those initiatives will aim to conclude seismic surveys which give the first indications for the possible existence of deposits in 1 or 2 years, for example 2023 and 2024. In addition, government estimates that the initiative will fulfill the goal to complete research drillings, which confirm the size and the economic figures of the exploitation of the deposits in 3 to 4 years, as well as start gas production in 6 to 7 years. According to government officials, the goals are considered realistic compared to the schedule of other countries in the region, such as Egypt and Israel. They also cited the example of Hellenic Petroleum, which carried out seismic surveys in areas of the Ionian Sea in February within a few weeks. In order, however, to overcome any obstacles, cooperation from all parties involved will be required due to the limited time available as well as due to the Green EU policy. Olympiacos defended its European title in women's water polo and won its second EuroLeague in a row on Sunday. Olympiacos achieved 2 victories in the Final Four of Europe's top competition hosted in Piraeus over the weekend. Women's team on the semi-final match on Saturday beat Hungary Újpest by 18 to 11. Spaniard Sabatel did not manage to overcome Olympiacos and lost 11-7. Greece has once again become the champion in women's European water polo. That's all from us for now. Next news update in Greek at 6 o'clock. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.